I only did 8 miles yesterday. New York's terrain is really rough. Don't know why. Nobody warned us about it either. Everyone gets here and, or at least most of the people I talk to are like, wow, what is going on? So, cannot do the large miles that I was doing. I think I'm only going to do 13 today. The next shelter is 32 miles from here. So the shelter spacing is not great either. There's a campsite at 9 miles. There's a I don't even know what it's called. You can camp there. It's not an official campsite though. It's somebody's baseball field at 13 miles. And then there's a campsite at like 31 miles just before the next shelter, and then the shelter's at 32. So we will get to see a zoo today, and I guess the bear cages are the lowest point on the entirety of the AT. I was tempted to go through it yesterday, or keep pushing on yesterday, but the zoo closes and you have to go take a bypass trail around it, which is not that big a deal, but I prefer to hike the actual AT. And we ended up having some rain showers yesterday that I would have been caught in the middle of, which isn't really that big a deal. But I've come to really despise the rain and being wet right before camp. Pardon me. So, I managed to dodge the storm the other night. I got to the shelter just before the skies opened up. Quite a bit of lightning. None of it super close, but close enough. That was at the fingerboard shelter. Yeah. It's been, the trail is constantly changing, and it is very different here than it has been everywhere else. So, mosquitoes. Lots of mosquitoes. They weren't too bad last night, but the night before they were monstrous. Well, crossing the Hudson. All that good stuff today. There's Bear Mountain.
You know what gets really challenging is when they're in the heat of the day.
I am ascending Bear Mountain right now, and going up this abandoned road with this beautiful stonework on the side of it. And there have been some pillars going up to support rocks that looked like they were hanging a little bit. This looks like the work of the CCC. I'll have to see if my book says anything about it, but they don't use the road anymore, apparently. But this is gorgeous. See what it looks like further up. Yeah, look at that. There's a pillar there, and one back over here supporting that. They don't do that anymore. They did drill and blast through this rock though. Wow. Yeah, there's another one. That's cool. This is nice. Some beautiful rockwork staircases that somebody's built. I'm trying to figure out, just came off of that thing a little while ago. I could see Bear Mountain here. So I'm trying to figure out where I stayed last night. I think it was somewhere either this thing or on the other side of that thing there. Might have been on that little bump there. That was the shelter I stayed in last night. Across the little road here, down in the valley. Can't see it from here. You can hear it though. "1,400 miles. 1,400 with a view." That is awesome. Trail up here is pretty manicured. Feels nice after coming up this side of this thing. Met a guy named Hike Man just back a little ways, and he's the one that did that ridiculous water drop the other day. So got to thank him in person. Awesome. That's what it was. It's a pretty cool spot. This is a gorgeous New York City skylines that way. Bunch of day hikers. Tower is pretty cool. And they've got the AT rerouted onto the road here, so. Oh well. There's a bear in a hammock. And a bear over here. This is the lowest point on the whole AT. What an interesting place. Get to go over this thing now. Wow. This is pretty interesting. This is the McRicky. It's a pancake sandwich with bacon, sausage, egg, and cheese between two pancakes. From this place. Yes. Hello. I found puns. Well, we found each other.
I'm back.
There's a bunch of mines over this way. I was reading about them last night, and they've got these white signs everywhere saying area closed. So there's something back there. Might be worth a trip back one of these days. It is hot today. It is 90 degrees. Yay. And it's
proving to be a long day. But keeping up on the fluids and, you know, just doing the thing. There's another mining road. Look at that thing. Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? So we're hanging out under the overhang over here, waiting for a pretty good thunderstorm to go past. And it's like a double rainbow jammy going here. It's yeah. And we have a gorgeous sky too. Gonna go camp at the campground here instead of going any further. 14 miles today, whatever.